Hello, 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 and welcome back to some Persona. Everyone's doing well today. Everyone's had a good day so far. I have been up since like 2 a.m. So I'm doing really well. I have been working that entire time on all sorts of stuff. One of the big things, and I'll talk about this a little bit as we go today, because I actually have a lot to unpack from this. But yeah, no, someone decided to stream my game, the guy that I run a server for, and while he is not a very big liker of Vampire Survivors like games, he played it nonetheless, and I still got good feedback from it. I've also done like a very small amount of grinding in this game since. I think I basically went up like 4 or 5 levels, and that's about it. So, yeah. And today's gonna mostly be Tartarus running around, doing some more bits and pieces here and there. And yeah. That's the main thing to take away from it all. Alright then. Because what are you weak to? Lightning, and then you're weak to ice. Can't switch back to you, it's fine. There we go. But yeah, no, so it was actually really helpful watching someone play the game and experience it from a very much a disconnected perspective of the matter. This individual in particular knew like maybe 1 or 2 of the characters and didn't know any of the mechanics. So it actually led to a lot of really good, interesting ideas on explaining things and making things a little bit more transparent, maybe. Was one big thing I noticed.
Push yourself here.
But I did get a lot of cool feedback from it. One of the biggest things I got back, and it's something that keeps throwing me off guard, is how much people seem to really like the animations and all that sort of stuff that I've put into the game, which is just kind of weird to me because it's probably the area I dislike doing the most, which is aggravating how it goes, I guess. Hey there. But no, that was really good info that I got from it. Like, I'll show this briefly, but like, I have a shitload of notes that I wrote this morning from it. So I have spent a good chunk of the morning chunking through a bunch of bugs that I saw, chunking through a bunch of design ideas that I'll probably need to follow through later, and realizing how badly I need to really like nudge the other guy that's working on the game with me, that works only on the UI, to see where they're at and see what I need to get done in that area, because it is pretty much the main thing holding back the game now, is the UI. There's a couple of gameplay elements that need some soft attention, but otherwise, no, it's pretty far along with everything, all things considered. I'm actually not too disappointed in the balance either, all things considered, which is something that I felt like actually really caught me off guard. God damn it.
Got it all mapped out.
What were you actually weak to? Lightning. Cool. But like, I know there's certain things that I've been meaning to change for ages, and I was always kind of like, maybe this is just me looking at the game and not knowing, or there's certain things that I didn't think needed to be changed. It's very fascinating getting into that situation, because you get, when you're developing something, you get very engrossed in it, and you kind of can't see it from as objective of a perspective as you really should. Which is really important. Hey, vendor? Hello? Shit. There we go. But like one of the big things was, because I'm normally just doing testing, I never really think about, whether or not the bosses are strong enough, or the enemies are strong enough, which they are not. Also, some of the spawning rules that I have for the bosses need to be improved. Because I noticed that under certain circumstances they could easily spawn outside the map, which is not acceptable. And I think we can all kind of agree on that kind of idea. I'm actually going to switch to this dude, but I'm not going to use him, because it is going to give me the healing. So let's see what this is. Wow, that was stupid. Alright. The level you're currently equipped will increase by 1. Yes, I actually would like this, because this puts it to 65. Which is when we get its final thing, Null Dark. There we go. Null Dark is really good, because now this has no weaknesses. And immunity to 2 of the scariest damage types out there, because they're the 2 insta-kill ones.
Went off without a hitch. Let's get going.
But yeah, no, there was one bug, right, that I noticed it a few times, but I never really came across it being bad. Turns out I've just been really lucky that I've never dealt with it in a situation where it would be bad. Which made me giggle so much. Because that's normally not how you'd think on that, right? I think you're the only fire at the moment, right? Yeah. But there was an issue with how I handled specific cooldowns. That was horrendously bad. So like healing, time sources in general, because to anyone that's actually seen the game, you'll know how I handle a lot of like my time sourcing is I put them into an array, and then I use that array to pause them, to cancel them, all that sort of stuff. Turns out my brain must have just turned off the day I set that up, because I made it so it could only do all of those actions when it was in the game room, which means that if that time source happened to tick at a specific time, which is every like half second, so it should have been happening a lot more often than it ended up actually happening. Then yeah, it would just carry over. So that means what I noticed was cooldown rate and health regen, which are 2 big important ones. They were ones that I was noticing carried over. So it meant that actually what happened was all of your cooldowns would occur cooldown twice as often, which means that your abilities were basically half cooldown, which is little on that unacceptable side. Don't know what yours is, but it's either dark or fire. So let's switch the MC. Throw fire on it. If not, we can try dark on it. But yeah, so that was a big piece of a thing I noticed, because I basically went through the code to try and figure out why it was occurring, and yeah, it was just simply that was the issue. So I just needed to do a tweak for that. That will probably be pushed through relatively shortly. Simply put, I'm probably not going to push another update until next week. And is going to just continue being minor ones for now. So it's on the main branch, not on the branch that I've been working on stream yesterday. And we'll probably work on tomorrow. Which, in fact, you're probably actually going to see tomorrow me switching branches a little bit depending on what I'm working on. Whether I work on mainstay information, or information related to the new bosses, which that was another thing, is I saw a bunch of bugs with the bosses that I have fixed, but they're not fixed on the main version, and won't be fixed until I push through the new bosses, which, I mean, I could do something about that. What else have I got here? But yeah, there's also balance changes that I saw that I really kind of want to tweak. One in particular that caught me a little off guard, because it seemed fine at one point, but clearly with the shift in the game, it's gotten too strong. So good old designs kind of being left a little too far behind. There's also a lot of spelling mistakes and tooltips, which god damn it, I actually swear I did try and fix a lot of that for the longest time, but you know, clearly I missed a few of them. Honestly, I'm just gonna get rid of the ice, because we don't need another ice thing. Resist light. That's gonna be pretty decent, actually. Because that's gonna, again, be one of those, no longer weak to one of its big weaknesses. That sounds pretty good.
That certainly went well.
But yeah, no, I've got, I mean, one of the big ones that caught me quite a bit off guard was, how badly the enemy scaling was. I didn't realize how, it was clearly inadequate. Because I guess it's one of those problems of not going through and playing the game often enough with enough diverse things going on. But yeah, no, I expect the next update's gonna probably... What I'm gonna probably do is I'm gonna soft push some of the updates that I've got for bosses. No, I shouldn't need to, because most of it's cleaned up.
Perfect.
We'll see how it goes, but I expect in not this coming minor update, but like in an update in the fairly near distance, we will see something. I kind of just need to get to Sonata. Just give the MC a little bit of SP. Fuck it. Because you're weak to this. You're weak to this. But no, it's always kind of like, this is why I say, if you're interested in playing the game, please do. But if you do, like, feel free to leave me feedback. It is more than welcome, regardless of what the feedback really is. It's like, I've had feedback that's just simply, hey, this character feels really strong. I'm like, okay. What feels strong about them? Like, in your perspective of the matter, and it's like, oh, this, and this. It's like, okay, so this is the intention of the character. It's like, oh, yeah, no, I can kind of see that, but this just felt too much then, if that's the case. It's like, okay, I can actually agree with that. That was one of the big ones with healing on Booby. Someone was playing this morning and basically said, hey, Booby feels really strong, they have a lot of movement speed, and they heal a lot. And I'm like, okay, they're supposed to be high risk, high reward, in the terms of, like, you get additional power for not having as much control of your character. And immediately, like, them saying how much they were healing, I'm like, okay, that feels bad. Then I looked at the code, and I'm like, this was designed back when bosses were going to probably turn up every 200 enemy kills, which means that, like, the intention was it would take you almost 2 minutes to kill 200 enemies, which is not what it is currently. It's far from that. In fact, I'm probably going to raise that number a little bit and then raise all the scaling stats of the enemies quite aggressively and raise base stats, because... Oh no, I'm going to lower base stats and more aggressively give scaling, because it's just, they're not capable of keeping up. The power that the player can obtain in most situations, even at higher difficulties, is too high comparative to what the enemies can get. And that's not gonna go well. There's also one improvement that I wanted to do that I keep forgetting about, but I watched something else and got reminded of it, so that's currently on the list. But I want to pull back to the fact that I find it very funny that of all of the things that I got super complimented on, it was the art of the game, which is the thing that I, like, again, cannot stress enough, I hated the most. It is the thing I like doing the least out of all of it. In fact, I'm just glad I'm now at a stage where I don't care as much, so I can actually just get it done. That is genuinely how I see it, and it's fucking funny. It's really, really funny to me. But yeah, like there was one idea that I also have that I need to kind of prototype myself before I think we can do something about it, which is how the end of the run's gonna look. I'm thinking I kind of want to take a bit more of like a Soulstone Survivors approach, because then it actually does feel like you can kind of afterwards go, wow, that was really cool and intense. So punch, dark, and lightning. So again, need to just get to Sonata. I'm just gonna...
This should work. Times like these call for this.
Alright, because yeah, like I want to also give players more rewards, and there is going to be a lot more player power coming through at some point as well, which, like, so this is the point I want to make, is at the moment the player is way stronger than they probably should be, but also their capping off point is way lower than what the long-term goal is for the game. And that is why it's kind of difficult to balance things at the moment. And I'm noticing that more and more. Because one of the points that was made, I will say, this is, again, someone that doesn't like these sorts of games, typically, and tends to like games that are excessively complex, difficult, more than they need to be in some regards, and in the nicest way, like, they're also really stupid. Again, this is the content creator I work for, so, you know, I feel like I have the right to say they're stupid as fuck. Anyway, point is, they mentioned that they didn't really feel challenged until they played on the higher modifier, which I'm like, that's the point. The modifiers are supposed to be the opt-in, opt-out difficulty of the player. Do I need to make the modifier thing a little bit more clearer? Yes. I 100% believe that currently, knowing where the modifiers are, how to augment them and all that sort of stuff, that's not clear in the game. However, in defense, it's in a situation where they're not, the system that's for that hasn't been implemented yet. So I have to just give the temporary option a little bit more effort and leave it at that. I am glad that I did toss together the controls UI thing that I did, because that, I think, was a massive thing that has been missing. Because, yeah, no, I mean, like, players are going to forget controls. Players aren't going to normally look at controls themselves without being told to as well. That's why tutorials exist. The vast majority of players are not going to pay attention enough. And some players are going to go, well, that's really annoying because I don't need tutorials. It's like, yes, but you're in the minority. The vast majority of players tend to be need that sort of information on a semi-regular basis. So it's finding that balance of adding a tutorial, but not an invasive one.
We need to get stronger.
Again, opt-in, opt-out sort of mentality with it all. I believe I've done that door. So we're gonna just go manually all the way back up to the top floor from here. That way I get all my XP and get all the grinding done.
Now, what are we
Oh god, I
running
don't
next?
like this area. It's actually visually difficult to look at.
Time for a fight. Still setting up. It'll take a little more time. Now's the time.
Now I can actually start using some of the other characters. Yay. so my SP doesn't get drained so fucking hard. The main character. Sure. Next teleporter we see, we'll probably go down and do some quick merging.
Now it's done.
That certainly went well.
What do you call these kinds of flashy patterns again?
Psychedelic, yes.
This doesn't seem to have any effect.
Yes, okay. So in these situations, I think I should just do this. I think I should be doing stuff like this a little bit more, because I'm gonna need to go all the way up.
Yes, enemy down. Your car's done, that's one down.
That's it. But you know, one thing I will say though that kind of caught me a little off guard was how I do actually think there was a lot of negative modifiers that I think I valued too highly comparative to other things. What have I got pinged about? It's something from Pirate Software server, okay. It's probably stream or news. News. Oh, what is it? Okay.
Oh, new skill, huh?
Lower the attack, all foes attack, so might as well swap that out.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
Yeah, no, so what Pirate Software just mentioned, I thought I'd actually put my, like, kind of 2 cents statement on this to open it up to the floor if anyone wants to discuss it. The Nintendo company has now decided to let me get the specific wording, because I'm not going to be like other people and actually, because it is a patent infringement. Yes, it's patent infringement, not copyright infringement. What a lot of people are failing to understand with what that means, and it's really aggravating about this, patent is normally mechanic or like concept. It is not visual. Therefore, what needs to be acknowledged is the fact that what everyone's immediately jumping on the, oh, it's because they finally were like, oh, it all looks the same. So no, it's nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do at this stage to our understanding, because it's not very clear. It is all assumption based at the moment, but it is probably nothing to do with the visual aspects of the game. It is gonna be probably something mechanical. What Pirate Software has expressed is that there is a chance that it is related to the PAL sphere mechanic and kind of that throw a ball catcher thing, which there's probably a very realistic argument for them. However, what he stated is that that patent was registered after, which makes after release, which makes it extremely complex of a situation, because that means they're gonna if it is confirmed that those dates are correct, that means they're gonna try and enforce a retroactive action, which is normally not okay. and it's actually going to hurt the Nintendo company quite a bit because it potentially means they lose their patent to it. Very, very unlikely, mind you, but it's definitely an interesting situation, and it's really, really sucky that the developers of Power World are having to go through this right now. Because they've mentioned that basically this means that they have to dedicate resources that they wouldn't have had normally to dealing with the situation. I hope things get resolved nicely, and I really don't like the fact that what this kind of almost does is it's a fair thing now, because what they've said there, what they've said officially themselves, Power World, which I agree with this, is that this is less of a fight for them and it's more of a fight for the indie sphere of games. And I'm gonna be honest, yeah, no, I agree with that, because I dislike that we're currently in a medium where a lot of people are too scared to do things because big corporations just have money that they can throw at lawyers and just crush you.
Oh, there's a treasure chest.
So I actually do hope that they do well in this case, if all things go well. To my understanding of the situation currently. So that's my 2 cents on it, is that we actually don't know jack shit at the moment, and we should probably act according to that.
I'm ready to strike. That seems effective here.
But no, it's almost undoubtedly nothing at all to do with the visual style of the game and how some of the powers look similar to Pokemon, because shit like that's happened millions of times before. There have been, I mean, Digimon would get sued by Pokemon at that point. Like, please, people, do not be stupid. Will you be able to make your game available for Nintendo? Probably not. The coding required to go for a console of any kind release is dangerous, because... So, okay, let me explain something that's very much not clear from the non-developer's perspective. If I wanted to develop for, say, PlayStation or Nintendo or anything, I have to buy the rights to be able to do that, to then buy the stuff that basically gives me the ability to code for that platform. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you are a company and already have access to this, or if you go through a publisher, you can kind of circumvent a lot of that. But as an indie development like me, the amount of money out of pocket that I would need to produce to enable that is just not feasible. Especially knowing that, in this case, if I'm remembering correctly, because I won't be doing it for a company, I'd have to do it to the game. I would not be able to use those same rights again. I would be basically spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on something I can only use once on this game. And it's, again, reminder, this game cannot make money. Legally, it is not allowed to make money. That means, and to stress this, this means I cannot advertise a way to monetize it. I cannot have like a link to a Patreon on it. I cannot have anything like that. In fact, if this channel gets monetized, I have to demonetize those YouTube videos for safety's sake. If, like with the Twitter and the YouTube channel for the game, those will strictly be. So only for PC, probably. Like mobile development would be possible, but I'm gonna realistically say this. At this stage in time, I don't see a reason to develop for anything other than just a Steam release, is the short answer. And I know that's kind of like a bit shit for a lot of people, because then a lot of people are gonna miss out. But realistically, again, I have to stress, this is a fan game. It's like asking, hey, why is the Pokemon fan games not getting released on Nintendo devices? It's like, well, surprisingly enough, that's a fucking legal nightmare.
The scenery in this area is unsettling.
So it's definitely kind of a difficult thing. But again, I want to stress, this isn't me saying I would never develop for these consoles. I would love to develop a Switch game or anything, or a mobile game or anything like that. But this game specifically, it is not really a realistic option.
This should work.
There are some fan games that are available on mobile, yeah. And again, this is why I say, it's not that I wouldn't be able to develop the game for mobile, it's that the overall intended outcome of the game that I have doesn't lean itself to a mobile release. Not without a lot of complicated effort on my end, and actually gonna have to probably pay for a few things. Would I consider, like, I've said this before, would I consider it long term? Sure. But I consider it on a very similar level to a lot of features that, like, I would like to do, but a low priority to the extent that they might not ever get done.
How it's done.
Right? Because I would have to restructure a lot of the game to accommodate that, especially knowing that the game is intended to have multiplayer. That is something that I've been working on for a long time off to the side. If it's let's see, logging streams, no. Sorry, just when someone says not a bot, it's just immediately like, if it's finished, could you do a video on it? So, when you say, like, if it's finished, do a video on it, do you mean, like, what do you specifically mean? Like, playing the game? Or, on some of these things that I've been talking about, like the Steam stuff? Because all of that's going to go on stream. As much as I can show, because there is a lot of Steam stuff that I can't show because of, it would be... for example, there's a specific code that I will get that I will not want to show. And not until much later on when I've got things secured. Yeah, playing the game and giving you tips for players. I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna probably see me not only doing like full playing the game, but you'll probably see like full on, I will continue playing the game, developing it, all sorts. The official channel as well, I'm intending, okay, I hope to have this done for this update, but it just did not fall into the cards of possibility.
Well then,
I fully intended for little YouTube shorts explaining each of the characters. Those will be done at some point, not right now. But like all sorts of that sort of stuff is definitely kind of in a range of you can probably come to expect it.
Are you satisfied with this?
I do not mind both of those getting merged. I'll just fucking merge this one.
What do you wish to inherit?
it appears it will receive a... Well then.
But yeah, so that idea will definitely be done in some form of the formal fashion. But no, I will 100%. I'm gonna make a game and never play it again. Like, no, I'm definitely gonna be playing my game. I've said before that, like, once it's released, I'm gonna give it a year of fairly constant work on it still, while probably working on another game, before I will decide what it's like long term, what it's gonna look like. So what I mean by that is basically if the game is really, really popular and it's actually got enough going on that I can consider it. I'll just keep developing for it. If I've got like YouTube's working so I can afford to keep developing it. But if the game's not hugely popular, if I don't have a way to keep working on it, stuff like that, then I'll probably slow down on its development. And if there's just like no interest at all, then I'll probably drop it. What's the persona for Joker? It's Arisen, isn't it? Who is bend over, top left. Bend over, it's the main character. It's clearly it's the main character, come on.
You can't control this one yet.
Oh, that's 69.
This would be a wise choice. This would be a wise choice.
Man, I wouldn't be against slamming that together. Sure.
Please choose what skills to inherit.
I like Loki. I mean, yeah, Loki's 69. Come on. It's the best.
It appears it will receive an immense...
A new power emerges.
I'm just fusing for the sake of fusing at this point, getting that catalog filled out a little bit more. Papa, I love the game. I'm glad you like it, Banky. I've got already a lot of work done, and there's going to be a lot of work today, tomorrow, and probably the day after. I'm hoping by Monday next week, maybe, I'll have another update out. It crashes after each run. Interesting. Could you, if you get that kind of crash, feel free to copy the crash and DM me it, because that tells me a lot of what happened. If it consistently says the same thing, there is one thing I know Zyko crashed with, and I know what that fixes. But outside of that, I wouldn't know off the top of my head. Temporary raises party. Ooh, I mean, that's just better. Why'd you call him Papa? It's because in most groups I get called Dad, and Banky is from the server that I work as an admin on, and there I'm called Goddad. So a lot of people know me very much like that.
This would be a wise choice.
It's a very silly meme that I can't help but giggle at every time I see it.
Please choose what skills to inherit.
I have room for one more. I mean, I kind of like the idea of this.
It seems no new power. Well then, shall we begin?
This dude looks kind of cool though. Is Arisen even in the game, or how it's called? Not base game. You have to have the DLC for it. But yes, you can get characters from other games, the personas. In fact, you can... That was the problem. I've talked about this before, but that was the problem I had while playing Persona 5 Royale, is that I had access to the final evolution form of the main character's persona from Persona 4, I believe it is. And you can have that basically the moment you have access to the catalog. So, and it comes at its base level of like 60 or something like that.
Seeing what personas come to be is a great joy of mine.
So that's always been a problem in my eyes, is that like you can get personas like that before your level even allows for it. Oh, it's probably a very different Loki than the one you're thinking of then. Because I think it's the baseline Loki, not Akechi's Loki.
Loki!
Or however he yells it.
Personas come to be is a great joy of mine.
This one is somewhat beneath you. This one is somewhat beneath you.
I mean,
What
sure.
do you wish to inherit?
It appears it will receive a good...
So it begins.
I love Akechi. Akechi's great. But yeah, Artisan, I mean, you can even get, it's Centennial, I think it is, right? The final evolution of Artisan in Persona 5. You can actually get that if you have the DLC. But the DLC doesn't come with the Game Pass, and I'm not paying fucking money. Or more money than I already do. I'm good, thank you. That's the reason why I pay for the Game Pass. What Persona game is that? I forgot. Which one? The one for Akechi and stuff like that, because that's Persona 5. Like, or Centennial also is Persona 5, because it's the final evolution of Joker's one.
Are you satisfied with this? Is this acceptable?
Oh, I'm playing? This is Persona 3 Reload.
This persona, yes? Is this acceptable? Please choose what skills to inherit.
It appears it will receive a fair amount. Well, well, well.
Kind of only like Joker, even bought him for Super Smash Brothers. That's fair. I mean, Persona 5 Royale is really good. It's a very fun game. I did 2 playthroughs on this channel and enjoyed it heavily both times. Though I will not deny, I'm definitely getting to that stage where I'm slightly like tired out of Persona style games. And it's not because I hate Persona. Again, it's not that I dislike the Persona games, it's that I really like them, but I'm just tired. Do you know Warframe? Do I know the game I have 4,000 hours in? I might.
This would be a wise choice.
Just a feeling.
What do you wish to inherit?
It appears it will receive a good amount of extra power.
But yes, no, I do know Warframe. I know it very well. Will I do a stream? Short answer, probably not for a while. Because that's again one of those games that, like, because bitrate issues, that game's not easy to stream without like a lot, basically turning off all particles, and I would not really enjoy that game as much. But I could turn off all the particles and stream it. It's also one of the games that's just on that tipping point of sometimes the game lags a little too much because of stream.
It appears it will receive a good. Well then.
So, again, it's. Would I never stream it? No, I'll definitely stream it again at some point. But when will I stream it? Probably, honestly, the next update is a good argument, right? Because the next update that, the next big one that they've announced. I don't know, have they done the Tokyo thing yet and shown the next update? So I really do need to look into it if it has. Yeah, I'll accept that change. See what happens. Vorpal Blade. Not bad.
This persona, yes?
Sure.
What do you wish to inherit?
Grace, Dodge Light, Null Strike. Virus Breath.
It appears it will receive an immense. Why, this is exciting, isn't it?
Because it's like, the next Warframe's name and the 5 spirits or something like that. Is what it's teased as. I don't know if the Tokyo Game Show announcement has happened yet. Because I don't know if Tokyo Game Shows have happened. I will openly admit I am definitely a little out of the loop with that. September 28th, 29th. Okay, there we go. So in about a week's time, we'll know about the next update. Not that it will release, definitely, but that we know will happen. Would know is happening. Which is the important thing.
Registering personas? Registering, I see. This is your progress so far. Very well.
Okay. Oh, I got another one of these. Deals severe slash damage to all foes, ignoring resistances. Nice.
We look forward.
So we've got another one of the Dirges for the MC. Nice. Which I think leaves one more from memory. Just keep using these 3 for now. Oh, right.
We gotta keep moving. A shadow.
Yeah, no, I definitely, it's been a long time since I played some good Warframe, though.
We're about to hit the enemy soon. I'm still setting up. It'll take a little more time. You're finished. You take it from here.
Got it. What to do? What to do?
Excellent.
Would you believe, though, that, yeah, I've been playing Warframe since before, Like, I didn't even play it on Steam initially. That's the fun part. I remember downloading the client for it. Do you know why I like small content creators who stream? No offense. I take no offense at all to that. But no, I have no idea. I mean, I guess it's probably because you can get a bit more of a, like, locked-in discussion. Right, because I remember watching a lot of content creators and just kind of being one of the many people in the crowd, which makes it kind of difficult. Because I like when they're yeah, answering questions. I mean, like, this is one thing I will say, and this is so I speak to this because I know what I'm like. I have done a lot of public speaking in my life, and one of the big things that I learned that I do a lot is that I pay attention a lot to the audience, and I really rely on questioning. Like, I'm really good when my audience is asking me questions about what's going on and stuff like that. I can give you a bunch of information, but discussing it with an individual and, like, kind of having a bounce back effect is definitely the way I do it. Even when I've been in crowds of hundreds of people as my audience, I've always done that. So, kind of my point that I'm trying to make here is that I doubt, even if I ever got big, that I would change kind of how I approach things. Worst comes to worse is I would probably take something maybe of a similar approach to Thor Pirate Software, but I would never stop doing questions and answering them. Like, I would definitely find ways to have prioritization. So if you have a question you really want to make sure I answer, there's a way to get it to me. But hey, what's my favorite Warframe? Mesa. Mesa has, for the since back in her original state, has pretty much consistently
Too dangerous to look away.
been the one I like the most. This little fuck is running into the doorway, so I can't hit him easily. There we go. But yeah, no, Mesa, several times she's been reworked, and every time I still enjoy her and play her. Lightning, light, dark, or fire. It's probably light or dark, if anything. Or I could just third it. If we're talking like more newer frames though, Dante was definitely a really great design in my eyes. I think they really nailed it with that one. I think the Preggers frame, I played her, Jade, I think it was her name. I think that one was good. I just think that it felt very safe for what it was. For open world, I like Gauss, but in general, I like Vault. Yeah, I mean, I like playing, the Gauss build that I like playing the most is just, him with, is it Preparation, I think is the mod? The one that means you can start with, like, full energy. So I can just do, like, a capture or sabotage, relic mission, bring a nuke weapon, activate my defensiveness, and just run through the entire map and be done in seconds. I will not deny, I am one of those people... Okay, take this how you will, but I'm going to say this in a way that makes sense to me. I have been around to see a lot of metas. I have existed before these metas existed, and I have done these metas before they were metas. I am very used to finding the most optimal strategy myself to do missions. So one of the things that I did that was given to me as an idea via a friend, and I optimized it, was taking Thermal Sunder with the Hemlith system and putting it on Titania with Preparation, and then any relic mission that is like the first 2 tiers, you can insta-kill everything on the map. So you can do exterminates very efficiently and very quickly with that by just kind of constantly spamming Thermal Sunder. And if you have this like claw-like shape with your hand, you basically never stop moving. Never stop moving, constantly casting, never a problem.
Hey, does it...
And you get everything you need done. That is something that I did a lot, but that probably gives you a bit of an idea. I don't know if that's still done. Again, that was back before Omnia Fissures were a thing, right? Was how I kind of approached that.
It's dangerous. Stay on guard.
Wind, okay. But I remember this being tanky as fuck.
This should work. Now's the time.
So, again, my knowledge of the game is outdated, I know it is, but there was a very solid portion of time where I had like the majority of mods in my head, and I could basically recite shit like the wiki. I knew drop locations, I knew odds, I knew shit, all that shit. Okay. Just gonna dump a 30 on it. Started playing 1 week ago and I'm at Deimos. God damn. Okay, that's not too bad. But yeah, no, to give you an idea, if you ever want to like see if you talk to anyone else and want to know how long ago they were in, ask them if they know where if they played before there was an orbiter. Also, I'm just getting a phone call. Give me a second. Alright. But yeah, no, my, sorry, that really derailed me. I very much love that game, but I played back when, that was the case, where, like, there wasn't an orbiter, and you, only had menus, and then... One of my first account, I know, never got further than the update, which was when the Arkwings got redone, I think it was. You play Poker Rogue. I have not played it, and I want to fix that. That game looks incredibly fun. Like, I cannot stress enough how much I want to play that game. It looks so up my alley, for fun to play.
Hold on. Hard-John, don't panic. Pull the trigger. Ice it.
Like, holy shit, I really want to play it. Is a website games was free? Yeah, no, I do know it's fully a it's a fan game, so it's fully available to just play. So I do, the short answer is why I haven't done something with it is no reason other than I've not had the time. I 100% plan to fix that. I would be very surprised if we don't have a stream of it in the future.
Nice, you Hard-John. Nice.
Dude, I'm just fucking slapping this thing.
That was a beautiful strike, Kirito-senpai. Seriously? No! You've got to get up somehow!
You fucking asshole.
You're distressed.
You gonna stream your first run or try it off camera? I'd probably stream my first experience with it.
Trigger.
I'd be surprised if I didn't.
Yukari-kun knocked one down! In this situation,
Like, it's definitely a game I would play first on stream if I was gonna play it.
We're just getting started.
But yeah, no, I really do want to play Poker Rogue at some point. It's kind of the argument I make of, you'll be able to pick one additional card from shuffle time until you leave Tartarus. And max SP will increase, yes. Try and guess how old you are by how you talk. I would probably say early 20s, right? Like between 20 and 23. That's my first assumption. But then again, I do tend to nudge people older based on experience. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. Most kids nowadays on the internet sound a lot older than they actually are. But that's because they haven't had an opportunity not to be. The amount of times I've talked with someone and they turn out to be like 17, 18, I'm just like, what? Goddamn, okay. Kids have grown up a little bit since I was younger. Fire. I mean, I could just punch this to death. Yeah, I'm just gonna punch it to death. Nice. Question, how old do you have to be to watch your stream? I'm over 17, so just so you know. I have no age requirement. I do... Okay, I try and not, like, swear excessively, but I'm also gonna say this now. At a young age, I was introduced to swear words, right? But I was introduced in a way that allowed me to learn how to use it tastefully. And I would prefer if someone was to use harsh language that they use it tastefully and not hatefully. Like, it's okay to use a harsh word to express frustration. That is reasonable. But not directed at an individual is one of the things I aim for. But that's kind of why I come to the statement of, like, at the end of the day, if I was told, which I know what my average demographic is, but if I was told my average demographic was under 25s all the way into teens, I wouldn't be upset because I would be sitting there going, well, cool. It means that potentially some of the advice that I give and some of the discussions that I have reach out to younger audiences that mean that they can actually help develop some of these things that I didn't get the opportunity to. Right? We're in an era where you have so many better opportunities available to you. Because so this is something I've mentioned before. For a fun thing, me learning to shave and trim my beard, I learned that myself. I learned that through looking up stuff, videos, and all that, because I never had a father. I didn't grow up with that sort of influence that allowed me to learn that sort of thing in a bit more of a natural setting. So I learned it myself. what I hope is that with this kind of environment, I can be like that for other people, where I can be that point of information, of origin of information that allows you to think on ideas and concepts and develop your own things and facilitate that. I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm hoping to enable your ability to think for yourself. And what you just heard there's a reason why I did a degree in education and have everything ready to be a teacher if I wanted to be. Like 100%, I would need to do a 2-year qualification thing to cement it, but I could actually be a teacher if I wanted to be in New Zealand, and I can teach in a lot of other countries right now. But I don't. Because the job market is trash. And I don't feel like I've got the right kind of expertise to help in those sorts of environments. So if you were 10, would that be okay? Yeah. I mean, my only age concern would be YouTube's ones, right? Like, I think there's a minimum requirement for certain things, but I believe I have my videos as not child, but not 18 plus. Is kind of basically the thing. It's just whatever. If you told me you were 7, I would go, okay. Definitely be concerned why you're watching someone like me, though, who at 7 years old. Don't know if I'd be the most interesting individual for that kind of age bracket, because in my experience, a lot of them require, they definitely lean towards more active, more intense things going on. All that sort of stuff. My age concern would be 6 to 10. Definitely agree on that sense. Like, there's a level of, maybe this is kind of old man energy, but I do struggle with like 14 and younger having access to social media. Because I remember when I was like that age, and I remember stuff like early Facebook, MySpace, all those sorts of things. I can't imagine what it would be like now. And that stuff was bad enough, right? Like, it's something that just very much concerns me. The environment that kind of I've seen in those things, because it perpetuates quick, rapid engagement. Sure. Instead of thoughtful engagement, and introducing younger audiences to rapid things earlier means that they get attached to that sooner. And I speak again from experience. I remember when I was younger, when I would experience something that gave me immediate gratification, I was definitely going to lean more towards that. Video games, stuff, candy, fucking all that shit, right? And then we're at this situation now where it's like, I don't know, I'm definitely concerned with that. But like I said, I'm open to admitting that's kind of boomer energy, that argument.
Let's do it.
What are you, a boomer?
Take
Funny.
it down if you can.
I already feel like an old man as it is, so it's probably on point.
I'll show you.
I mean, there's always the argument as well, is it's concerning the moment you hear an age group that's like below the age of consent and voting and of legal implication. So here in New Zealand, that's between 16 and 18, depending on what specifically you're referring to. I believe it's 18 for voting and drinking, and 16 for transport, so vehicles, license, and age of consent is 16 here. So it immediately raises concerns when you're below that age bracket, because it's that, right? It's like, I don't know if you can effectively look at that sort of thing and go
I'm still setting up. It'll take a little more
that it's
time.
okay. I don't know. It's a difficult one. When I was 12, I had WhatsApp, Spotify, telephone, Balloons, TD6, and Gmail. Those did not exist in the slightest when I was that age. Gmail might have later on. Yeah, but later on. Increase max HP. Nice. I mean, Facebook was a lot later on, right? As well, because that was early 2000s. I believe it was early 2000s. I don't think WhatsApp existed at all, though, for most of my childhood. I will say now I was born in the 90s. Now, yes, is that like a 10-year period of time that I've given you to work with? It is. I'm not going to tell you further detail than that, but that's enough that you'll go, ah. In Germany, you need to be 14 to go to jail and make some choices for yourself. Yeah, I think it's juvie until 16 here, from memory. So in the basic of it though is that, yeah, like there's a level of concern with a lot of those things. And it's very difficult because one issue I could have is I could explain, I do not want to use this example, but as a loose example, right? If you're in New Zealand, again, age of consent is 16, there is no qualms post that point. If I was a lot younger, mind you, it's because that, honestly, a 16-year-old does not seem appealing in the slightest. That just seems too childish and weird. But like, if you've got that sort of thing, immediately Americans are going to go, oh dear God, what is wrong with you? That's not okay. That's below an age. But I'm also pretty sure certain states in the US have the age of consent lower than some. And that creates this really confusing and difficult situation where you become, where it comes to what's acceptable, what's okay. And it's like, is it to your situation? Is it, in my case, do I have to play to YouTube's platform, which means that I have to kind of abide by American rules, which is typically the case. Because, fun fact, yes, I have to abide by certain language restrictions because that's the restrictions that are in the US, not New Zealand. What I mean by this... So the biggest example I have to that, sorry, is there is a word that in terms of service of YouTube is considered the same as other words that I would agree are really not acceptable, but a very common term of phrase words here in New Zealand and Australia even. Even most of Europe, but most especially here in New Zealand and Australia. That is the C word. If you do not know what that is, I'm not going to go further into it. But I'm not kidding. If you look at YouTube terms of service, it is in the exact same classification bracket as discriminatory words like the N-word. If you can explain to me how that makes sense, that I honestly can't understand that, because again, I grew up with that just being a word that people said around you, and not in a negative way, just in it's a word. It's like calling someone a dick. It's like, that's what, okay. There's ways it can also be used as a word of endearment even. Take that as you will. Oh, there's an elite enemy. I'm not skipping out on an elite. But yeah, like drinking in New Zealand, the rules are there's no technical age restriction as long as you're at home with parental consent. Now, yes, there's an argument right there of like, wait, doesn't that mean that? Yeah.
It'll take a little more time. Darkness seems
And I know one C word that's bad. I don't think there's any others off the top of my head.
time to take action. Darkness seems effective
It's
here.
the one that looks like the word cut and sounds a little like it too. But we'll leave it again. We'll leave it at that. Explaining that one because that one's just gonna get me in trouble.
It'll take a little more time.
It's a very fascinating thing to be to me. And again, like that goes to show that it's an American standard. And hell, even America's starting to say that word without it being considered as negative now. So that begs a question of should that be reconsidered? But then at that same time, there's an argument right there as well of, well, these terms of service probably should be a little bit more of a living document situation where they need to be adjustable on the fly when like a word becomes more commonplace and normalized.
Darkness seems effective here. Darkness seems effective here.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna stab.
Now's the time.
But yeah, I do love the boys for coming in and making that word way more popularized. Especially knowing that it's a Kiwi popularizing it too. Good on them. Gotta love when the Kiwis can represent. Good old Carl Urban. Okay. I got pinged about a VTuber thing. When do you think you'll be able to play Poker Rogue? I mean, realistically, whenever. When will I actually get to it? I'd probably argue I could consider it next week if I'm reminded before I make my schedule. Did the game freeze? No, that was me tabbing out.
It's weak to piercing. Try arrows or bullets. Her leader took one out.
I tabbed out to have a look at a ping message that I got about someone at a con, and they're seeing the seeing VTuber stuff, which, surprise, surprise, the guy that's making a VTuber game kind of likes VTubers.
Well dodge.
Who would have guessed? It's a magical word, right? But no, I'd probably do a stream for Poker Rogue next week if I'm reminded. I'm gonna be honest, I'm like, I really want this game to be over so I can move on to another one. I love some VTuber. Yeah, exactly. Sure. Might as well. I can pick 3 cards each time, it's great. Man, you have no idea how badly I want to be able to just go to like TwitchCon or something like that just so I can like meet some of these VTubers. It'd be such an awesome opportunity.
It's dangerous. Stay on guard. What's the plan here? Darkness has no effect on this enemy.
Darkness has no effect on this enemy. Lower defense. I'm gonna play this a little smarter this time. Gotta play a little smarter and actually like do stat debuffs and shite.
Trigger. Come. Finish it with a bang. Here we go.
The VTubers I like aren't that popular. To be fair, my favored VTubers are all over the place, and I've said this before. I am not a good example of anything towards VTubers. I like some popular ones, I like some not so popular ones. I mean, my list of to-do ones is an example of kind of what I'm talking about. Hell, I knew Juniper back when it was like way back when, right? When she first kind of was doing her debuting and shit. Because I saw the model she made and I thought it was incredible. I remember Mouse back when she had the shittier model. I didn't really watch her too much at the time, but because she was, I'll admit this openly, her early on, she was a lot more shy and a lot more nervous, and I didn't really want to watch that. It was when she became a little bit more open, a little bit more sure of herself, that I definitely enjoyed her a lot more.
I've already scanned this one.
Not immune, so I could just leave this. Damn. That would have been funny. Trying to think of other ones though.
Dodge the attack. Nice one. That was close.
Whoosh. But there are definitely some VTubers I enjoy that are on the slightly weird side.
Someone's confused. They may act unpredictably.
I'll take care of this.
If you do get big, do you think you'll remember your first viewers? The fact that I still remember like some of my earliest viewers, and this was from like a year or two ago, or 2 years ago, should tell you kind of the answer to that question. Is it doesn't matter how big I get, it's... Because there is, I can't remember their name fully right now, but I very quickly would remind myself if I wanted to. Back when I did Yakuza, it was the first time I actually got like really random viewers. And it was partway through my Yakuza 0 playthrough. And that, I think it was Dread something, was their name? They have popped in from time to time since then, but that person was kind of the first time I really got to be able to start like talking with people on stream. And the fact that I can tell you this and remember at least part of their name just on slight recalling of it should kind of, I hope that kind of cements that statement. Like I still remember last year when like Pretzel turned up and stuff like that. It's, I think at the end of the day, remembering your first viewer is nothing different than remembering like people you've met. And I remember fairly well people I've met in most cases. I'm gonna, the way I say that is specifically because I'm trying to kind of express it's okay if a streamer doesn't remember their first viewers, because they might not be really great with faces or names in general as well. It's not okay when they're not grateful for those first viewers, because I'm gonna be eternally grateful because they're the people that showed me how much fun I could actually have while streaming. How I could just talk shit and really actually have a lot of fun while playing a game, talking a bunch of shit. Because outside of that, it was only like people I knew watched me and stuff like that.
Thank you.
That like knew me very directly and were hanging out with me. I should probably actually cure those two. Honestly, just do this.
Much obliged.
they always shoot their heads scares me sometimes. Yeah, the concept of how the personas are activated in this definitely leaves some questions. This thing only is weak to that, right? Yeah. I don't have any wind damage on the MC. But I do have you, which is kind of like soft immune to most of its crap. And I can do it with Spirit Train, sure. Oh, for God's sakes, I need those two to stop being confused. I really need those two to stop being... Oh, the stress. I hate this. Imagine having control over your characters. Let's use this and use it on yourself. If I can get to Yukari again, I can control the battle again. Because I can purge debuffs and start healing.
Now you've done it.
Oh, please don't. You asshole. Oh, Sonata's dead. That's fine. And of course, Distress. It's Persona 3 Reloaded, available for the Switch. I wouldn't know off the top of my head. I wouldn't say it's unlikely though. I can have a look quickly. Persona 3 Reload. Let's see. Platforms. PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Cloud Gaming, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Xbox Series X, and Series S. No, it is not. That's a little surprising. I would have thought that Sega would have still kind of stuck with Nintendo a little bit, but you know, I guess bad blood still, maybe. I'm gonna do this, so I can just get some breathing room.
That's it. And I have to do this.
Clear this off.
I'll go with.
Gonna buy a PC soon. Honestly, nowadays getting a PC is starting to become as like feasible as getting consoles, and that's not a good thing to me. I will openly say this. I believe the advantage of having a console should be that it is slightly cheaper and more reliable than a PC. That's why seeing the price for the new PS4 is the PS5, sorry, is absolutely frustrating, because it's like, what's the point? Right? I have a Switch. So do I. I have the, where is it?
What's my next move?
It's a special edition. I can't remember. It's Mario Galaxies, I think it was. Something. Fun fact, never played the game. Only bought it because I wanted to get two red Switch controllers, and it's a much nicer red.
I've already scanned this one.
Got it as soon as it came out. I think this was fairly early on. But no, I have a Nintendo 3DS XL somewhere. That was the Fire Emblem limited edition one. I can tell you that for damn certain. I do have a Xbox 360 as well up there. It's the black slim one, and then I have a PS4 Slim next to me as well. I also have the original Xbox and then the original PlayStation. PlayStation 2 specifically, the fat one. Think I'm an otaku? I mean, I'm definitely in the category of I've played games on all sorts of platforms for a long time, but I'm definitely more of a PC player for the longest time. I played a lot on PC when I was younger. It's Matara Khan! Oh my god, it's my favorite roach VTuber.
Sanada-senpai is out of stamina.
But yeah, like I think I've mentioned as well before that I'm I mean I played my first games on floppy disk DOS computers, right? I'm definitely a huge gaming nerd. One thing that surprises a lot of people, I actually was not much of an anime nerd until my later years.
Shadow up ahead.
Like, I don't really get into anime until like the golden age of anime, in like the 2010s kind of era.
Setting up. It'll take a little more time.
So I'm definitely on the newer side for that one, which is very fun.
I have to do this.
Because it's not what you'd think initially, with like how old that I've said I am, how long I've been doing certain things.
I'll take care of this.
No, I have very little experience with anime for the longest time. I would say it's been like a solid 15 years since I kind of tried to get into anime. Really? I mean, I mentioned this before, it was like into high school. Was, when I think I started exploring it. When you play Warframe, can you maybe do a relic mission? Depends on the relic missions, but yeah, I probably end up will. Depends on, because I know there's some story content that I still need to catch up on. And there's a lot of things I need to catch up on in that game, actually. One day I'll go through and finish my grinds. Still need to finish doing the, what's it called again? The Sanctum? So I can maybe join. Potentially. I mean, I did that last time when I streamed. When I streamed it, I just was like, hey, if people want to join, let me know.
Salut.
I'm counting on you. Nah, there's not really much to do again. Like, I just warned that, expect me to go fast and expect me to be, like, irritating to deal with because of that. Because I
Hello.
do not relax in that game anymore. I dislike how much I treat Warframe way, way worse than I feel like I should. I love that game. I really, really love that game. But I played it so much in an era where I barely slept and all I did was work and play games like Warframe. That I got to a point where it just became another job for me. So I do look at Warframe kind of with that perspective sometimes. And it is the reason why I don't play it as regularly anymore. So I am actually really appreciative of Star Rail as it's managed to be a grindy game that I can play that doesn't like ruin my want to play a game. Because I can play it for like 10-20 minutes and walk away while I'm even playing and it not be the end of the world.
This one.
Warframe requires me to be a little too active. It also doesn't help that I got to a point where I could start playing Warframe with my eyes shut and I could sleep a little bit. Take that as you will. Yeah. I can't say that was a good or a bad thing. Oh, I can't switch right now, can I?
One step at a time. Pretty good hits.
You struck a weakness. Good work, Sonata-senpai.
Never mind.
That's kind of frustrating. Forget that the poison locks you out of movements.
You struck a weakness. You hit a weakness.
I just kind of need to do the good old... that's not gonna do it. This does. But yeah, I got to a point where, like, the idea of a mission being longer than 2 minutes was a mistake to me. And I was just like, oh no, that's never a good sign. That's not how you should play Warframe.
Oh, enemies defeated. Good work out there.
I felt really bad. Stopped being able to even tell you what the hell was going on in the maps. That's why, since I came back, that's why I liked Dante, because Dante was a bit more on the supportive side, so I had to sat there and had to kind of help other people. Have you ever played a Pokemon game? One of the first games I ever played was a Pokemon game. It's Pokemon Blue. I also have Pokemon Heart Gold still for the 3DS XL, because that game is probably one of the Pokemon games I've put the most hours into. The first 3 generations... Okay, maybe this will give a better explanation of how much Pokemon I played. There was a very solid portion of my life where if you told me the number in the Pokédex, the global Pokédex, I would be able to tell you which Pokemon it was and its expected IV ratings that you should be aiming for, and all of its evolutions and the majority of its moveset. Yes, I could do that for the first 3 generations of Pokemon. Have you ever played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? I have. I even played a little bit on stream. I have never finished either of them. I own both of them though. I bought a special edition, so I have both.
It'll take a little more time. Darkness seems effective here.
I do want to finish them though. They do seem kind of fun. They do have their roughness though. Doesn't help that they're following up from Legends Arceus, which I think is... Okay, this is where I get to that subjective argument. I think Pokemon Legends Arceus was what Pokemon was destined to be. I believe that if they keep going in that direction and made improvements, it would have been better, but the problem is that that was made by a separate studio, not the main studio. So when Scarlet Violet was announced and kind of had so much follow-up from Legends Arceus, it had a lot of support, but it did not deliver. And it's really, really kind of upsetting for them. But I do believe that Legends Arceus was kind of just, yeah, that was what Pokemon has always pretended to be. There we go. Which is such a weird way of explaining it, but I think Pokerogue is a better personal opinion than Scarlet and Violet, probably. From what I've seen of it, it looks really fun. It reminds me a lot of kind of older style Pokemon games.
It'll take a little more time.
But I do think it's one of those things of, I will say this now, up until me playing it, there is no way you can try and dethrone Legends Arceus and Heart Gold, Soul Silver for me. Those games were the best. I will also mention I have actually never played any of the Pokemon White or Black games. which I know is supposedly some of the best Pokemon games, and from what I've seen, yeah, they do look like it. I should play them at some point. They even have gacha. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that does look kind of fun. It's just the silly, soft gacha systems of those sorts of games. Something that I think actually has become really interesting is a lot of these fan games have started adopting the philosophy of just adding a soft amount of gacha to them. So Hollow Cure, Poker Rogue, a lot of these games. And I believe it's actually a good idea, and it's correct. I think that more of these games should kind of try and go down that track. Because I think it's actually just wholly beneficial. Because you know what it does? And this is something I'm gonna actually say this because this is something I deal with a lot. I have a friend that is a massive gacha addict, and he gambles a lot. He has spent amounts of money that I don't even want to try and calculate. It's easily 5 digits on some gacha games. And that scares me. That genuinely scares me. He enjoys it, and it's not a bad thing. He does it somewhat responsibly. But the fact that, like, I'm saying this with all this hesitation still has me concerned. End of the day, I do not think you should be spending that kind of money on games like that. But that's my personal take. If you want to, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I can't. It's your money. You have your own decisions to make. But it definitely concerns me. These games having this has been cool, because what it kind of does is it gives those people that don't have a lot of power to control themselves and a lot of ability to have that an outlet. Which is kind of good, but it does become a situation that's a little bit like vaping, where you almost create a further problem by creating a solution for one problem because other people that get introduced to it. Because, fun fact, vaping should not... Okay, I'm going to piss off a few people with this. Vaping is for getting off cigarettes and it being a healthier option. It's not a way for you to do stuff. It's not better than smoking if you're not smoking to begin with. It's just don't do it. It's a bad habit. It's unhealthy.
That was excellent.
There's no evidence that shows any good things come from it. You could make an argument. There's also evidence that's not against it, but I will say openly, same with smoking was early on, and we know from a lot of experience on other fields, shoving shit into your lungs when it's not supposed to be there is not normally a good idea.
Pull the trigger.
Only 30 on Genshin, 40 on Star Rail, and 30 on Warframe. Warframe, mine is in the thousands. I know I've spent thousands of dollars on that game. Star Rail, I think I'm sitting at probably about 400 New Zealand dollars, so maybe about 200 US. And I've never played Genshin. If you're going to ask me League of Legends or World of Warcraft, please don't, for my own sake. I would prefer to leave that anonymous. Cool. I don't have a lightning one, do I? No. I do have one of these characters I think has lightning, because I picked it up. Let's do it. I don't really like to use that much money. That's good. It's wise to think like that. I will say openly, the Warframe money was me basically just buying Prime Accesses when they came out to the top end. And it was during an era where I was working a lot. So I could make that money. And it didn't really impact my life at all. Star Rail, I'm very, very picky. And it's only when something changes in my life that I can consider that kind of money to be put towards it. Which is why it's only that. And League of Legends, it's the same argument. World of Warcraft, I don't have an excuse there. I just played a shitload of it when I was younger. Like, an excessive amount of it. And, you end up buying a lot of cosmetics when you play a game like that. If you have the disposable income. But it's the thing of, I don't shame people that put money into games. I just get concerned when it gets above a specific threshold. I did maybe use 100 for Minecraft mods. See, I've never spent a dime on Minecraft mods. I wouldn't see why. Unless you're supporting the creators, which that's a different argument. I've done that. But I've never paid for a Minecraft mod. Because I do not think most of the... Okay. Fun fact. This is something that Pirate Software actually explained, and I found very hysterical, and I kind of want to do it myself. Is that most Minecraft modders, and I say this with love and passion, don't know how to do fucking programming to save their lives. And what the smart thing I could do is, if I really wanted to, I could just grab a Minecraft mod idea, recode it to being like decent, and then sell that. And that's what a lot of people do. And it's really kind of depressing that that's actually a feasible option. Makes me chuckle a little bit though. Need to go real quick. Oh, good. But I do know that that's where like some pay-for mods come in, is because it's basically just improved upon concepts. Don't get me wrong, there are some of the like major ones that are really good and are awesome people, but I just find that really entertaining that that's like a thing that's actually well known to a few people, I would say. It's not widely known, but it's well known to those that do know it. It's really funny. Really, really funny.
I can take over anytime.
Remind me to give Sonata some fucking SP. Good damn. Alright. Damn, it's so nice being able to just pick this many cards. You can get like the buff ones as well. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, pretty well.
Alright, I'm going to give Sonata some SP. Because currently he's got actually none. There's a door on this floor. Oh god, okay.
We opening this door?
Yeah, I guess we are. Oh god, alright. I'm running out of fluids. I don't have any of my drink, nor my water. I have to fill up it soon. I also made my order of gamer subs the other day, so we're gonna have 2 new flavors to try out. One of them's actually a new one, and then one of them's one that was recommended to me, which will be interesting to try.
Looks like fire will work great.
What's the plan here?
What is the one that was recommended to me was the sweet 6-pack, because it's a bit of the fruitier one, but it's got pineapple, which sounds interesting. And then the other one was Sploosh, which is the new one for, is it Cottontail's new one? I think it is.
One step at a time.
Ice doesn't seem to have any effect.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba.
What to do?
So I want fire.
Excellent. The time is right.
You have a little bit of SP over there.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. But bye, Sonata.
Now's the time.
There you go. Don't worry, Sonata. I'll get you back up. Poor Sonata just gets immediately destroyed. To be fair, that was like a doubled up, it was a charge into it, so is a bit higher damage. Welcome back. Sure. Grab that, sure, grab that, and then always want to grab the XP. Hell yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Alright. That's that door done. Dude, okay, so there's a meal that I've been making kind of recently. And I only make it kind of periodically. But it's a dish that's basically taking like 2-minute noodles, boiling that in a pot, and then like stir frying it with just whatever fucking crap I could find for cheap. However, the way I'm doing it with the veg mix that I have is so nice. So nice.
In this situation,
Been very enjoyable having it on a fairly regular basis at the moment. Haha button, let's go. Man, I'm great at finding a haha button, aren't I? Remember using $300 on Fortnite Battle Pass and skins. Woof. I mean, to be fair, again, cosmetics for that kind of game makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way. I do disagree with some games having a paid for wall and then a paid for battle pass immediately and stuff like that. Like if Fortnite was it had a paywall to getting the game, I would definitely have concerns, but it doesn't. That was 3 years ago. I mean, fair enough still. But that's where like I start kind of getting concerned with games. I understand it, especially when it is intended to be a game as a service model. But I personally don't feel comfortable with that kind of concept most of the time. It's why I don't like the fact that I sit on a mixed fence with how DLC and expansions are handled for paid for games should kind of indicate how I think about like monetization for monetized games. It's like I'm not against you charging for that, it's just sometimes there's a concern that like it's not handled correctly. But it's a difficult one because like while saying that, I also speak from a developer's perspective on this of yeah, but like how the fuck am I going to feed my developers?
Stay alert.
You need to be able to actually like keep doing the work and feeding your developers while you're doing the stuff. So you need a way of funding that. It just kind of sucks that sometimes that leads to situations like that. Just remove this dude.
Watch this.
I know, actually, one thing I will say, I know at the moment, one complaint that's put forward, and I don't agree with it, for Concord, was that it's because it had a paywall. It's like, no, it's, so, if I'm to speak on Concord, now that we've got a lot more information available to us, and stuff like that, there was a lot of factors that went into the reason why that kind of game didn't succeed, right? And do not misunderstand that that's a way of saying, like, it's not one part of the game fucked up, it's a lot of parts combined, and the problem is people are too keen to try and find the answer, that one reason why something didn't work. I know a lot of people are going like, oh, it's the diverse group of characters and all that. It's like, no, it's nothing to do with that. In fact, I think one of the most valid arguments I heard about the character designs was that, and I agree with this 100%, most of them have like really shitty color palettes. Like, they went way too hard on some of the ideas, which backfired to me. Like, it really, really struggled because of some of that. It very off-putting. I just think that my answer to the situation is that it didn't have really a great visual cohesiveness. It didn't have a visual appeal. The gameplay loop was probably quite, from what I saw, it was not innovative. And it just feels like it came very late to a very saturated market and didn't do something unique and different enough to set it aside, which is immediately a bad thing to me. And this is something that's confusing because they had playtest and all that sort of stuff and they didn't have great numbers, which normally would lead to a game like this getting pulled way earlier, but it didn't get pulled, which is concerning. Because, I don't know, this just leads to it being a huge monetary failure. Do you know your gender? Just curious. I wouldn't know. I don't try and assume genders nowadays, it's too dangerous. And I say that with, from the love and care of, it's not worth. It's not worth guessing. You're only going to upset people. It's so not worth it.
It'll take a little more time. That's it! Enemy down! New perspective gained from all the pain and stress.
I do kind of like the fact that this is just giant wheels that go through. It's cool. A lot of damage. Yes, it won't offend me. I mean, again, the other aspect of me saying the whole offend thing is it's just, there's no way of knowing anymore. There's no thing. I just don't care, really. Is also what it kind of comes down to. I have learnt to try and use mostly gender-neutral terms and phrases, and that is partly because I sit in a category. Okay, this, I'm gonna say something now. This is one of those things that might get me fucking cancelled one day. I don't understand a lot of like the gender dysphoria thing. Because my perspective on it is, this is again like comes to that kind of warped weirdness, is that like a lot of what I see complained about is the societal views on a gender, not the biological views on gender. and changing your physical gender isn't going to change that most of the time. In fact, that puts you more into a new category than it puts you into the other category. So it becomes a very, very tentative situation that becomes quite weird to navigate. I'm male. I mean, fair enough, right? I would my soft assumption is normally most people that would probably watch me would be male. However, I've been informed that that's not the case sometimes, and my analytics have also proven that to me once or twice. Fun fact, I actually for a good while had a higher female viewer percentage, which really threw me off, and I still have a fairly high female percentage viewer rate, which I just don't understand what I have going for me that would have that as a selling point. I know my voice is very deep and soothing, and I do speak on topics in a way that is quite roundabout and weird, which tends to not lead me to a situation that has what percent? So at one point in time it was 80% female. Nowadays I think it's 40% female, last I looked. 40-30% range. Which is still really high. For my low viewer count, that's an insanely high value.
I'll go with you.
I'm still setting up. It'll take a little more time.
Like that, that's something that just throws me off a little. I guess that's kind of a benefit of the game dev stuff, is the game dev stuff is kind of more wider, and a lot more people can kind of come and enjoy it and appreciate it regardless, whereas like video game viewership is typically a male dominated demographic. So that's not too surprising in a sense. And that I am actually using statistics to back up on that argument. It's a fairly well-known statistic, I think, at this point, right? And it's mainly male audiences for gameplay. I mean, to be fair, I could probably pull in a bigger female audience if I just went and did more of stuff like, what was it again? The Neko Power gag game they did where it was all male male catboys. And I voiced all of them and gave them all like sexy, seductive voices that were relative to their characters.
Perfect. Just what we hoped
Because,
for.
why not? Because, fun fact, I actually tried to be a voice actor at one point. I did genuinely put in a good solid effort to try and be a voice actor. But, sadly enough, New Zealand's not great for that, and by the time it was probably feasible enough for me to do, I was doing so much other stuff, and I just didn't really feel like doing it anymore. I still would love the opportunity, though. I mean, my voice is dying a little bit at the moment, but that's just because I've not been, like, hydrating correctly. Because I'm out of water and out of juice stuff. Well, not juice stuff, but my drink.
I'm still setting up. It'll take a little more time. Her leader took one out.
I can read you like a book.
I can read you like a book.
This will do the trick.
Just stab it.
Not a
We've won.
visit. No shadows detected.
It'd be interesting to see what happens one day if I was able to do voice
Victory
acting.
well earned.
I mean, I stand by if I make a game that has voicing in it. I will have some voicing, just for fun.
It's a group of 5, but you'll be okay.
Because there's no way I wouldn't want to do it just for at least a meme or two. Man, imagine having a game that will have that in there. It's definitely, definitely nothing currently thought about with voices in VTuber United. No.
Yukari-chan knocked one down. Yes, Yukari-chan knocked one down.
Also, that was just a stupid fight. That was a very, very stupid fight. Sure. God, this grinding. I hate this. I want to be done with this game soon.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
It doesn't help that I'm itching so much to go work on the project because of the stuff from this morning. Oh, can I talk about that a bit more now? Right, like I talked about it earlier, but like the amount of information you get from watching someone play your game is so much higher than I was expecting. And like I genuinely, it really, really was insane. So I'm super excited to work more at the moment because there is just so much more to do. Because I was just not expecting to like go, oh, you know what? This is a good idea to work on. Oh, so is this, so is this. And it just kept getting more and more.
The Kirijo group will continue.
Don't get me wrong, I mentioned this earlier, the person that was playing it, I do not agree with a few of their statements and ideas, but it doesn't stop. A
Still setting up.
disagreement with an idea does not stop it from still having threads from it that can be useful.
Good test of your strength. But don't get careless.
Like, take that however you will. It's something I will always stand by, though. It's just, do not discount an idea just because you don't agree with it. Use it as a way of
Knocked one down.
cementing another.
I'm ready to go.
Because now I have, like, a really solid idea about some very specific things
Take a little more time.
that I wouldn't have thought about before. Or I know certain things that need to be prioritized more than they were before. Oh, they're weak to getting punched. The babies are weak to punching. Haha. Success. Oh, hey there, Union. How's it going? Ooh, Pro 3.
Doesn't look like we'll be needing a 10 count.
Sonata's slowly leveling up.
Good teamwork, everyone. Now
Oh,
what's
shut up.
next?
You're basically a glorified fucking mascot at this point, Sonata. I say that you did help end that fight faster, but you know. You're getting swapped out for I guess the moment we can.
We've already scanned this one.
Please just crit. And do it again so I can end this fight faster. No, didn't crit. That should end the fight, right? Yeah.
That about does it. No shadows detected.
That's a good third G. Oh, alrighty.
He's running out of stamina.
Oh no. Anyway. Alright. But yeah,
There's a shadow.
I will say one thing that's kind of rough about seeing someone talk about your game is just them defending it for you. It's just like, man, I feel shit now. Isn't it nice being able to pick 3 cards from every shuffle time? There really is. I cannot stress enough how nice it is to just go all of them. Alright, punch the baby, Sonata.
Good work, Akihiko.
But yeah, so the reason why I say like the defending thing is because so one thing that was getting said a lot is just like, oh, that's like, shouldn't that have been fixed and all that. And it's just like, look, he's been working on it for like 2 years, but it's on and off, and it's great for what it is, which is an early dev test. And I'm like, yeah, but also there is a valid argument of I should have not had this go through. There's one bug in particular that I'm surprised I left for as long as I did, and I'm upset at myself. Very, very upset at myself for letting it go on as long as it did.
That's what I like to see.
No shadows detected.
Yeah, damn.
Sonata's
Right.
out of stamina.
I think I went overboard.
Oh, shut up, Sonata.
I won't miss my
Like to go
chance.
first. Take them.
Stab it.
All right. Here I go.
It's getting to the point where I'm like, I just use the 30 to speed these up.
And with this, you're finished.
Am I threatened in these fights? No, I'm not at all. But it's really tiresome.
That was awesome, Sonata-senpai.
Everyone, follow my lead.
Justice is served. Sure. Sure. Sure.
This is over.
I just pick whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Good teamwork, everyone. Now on to the next. There's a shadow.
Just kill the things. Just end the fights. Oh, here we go. Sonata's gonna be super happy. He's gonna get to punch so many kids.
Okay, now what?
Okay. Mildly regret saying what I just said. Mildly.
What's next? Isis.
Mildly regret.
Yukari-chan knocks one down.
You'll have a mouth-watering reward waiting for you. Complete the modern passage. Ooh.
I can take over anytime.
I got this.
Now you're making me hope that it's like, Mitsuru's swimsuit or something.
No one eliminated. Nice work, Sonata-senpai.
Now let's... Everyone, follow my lead.
There we go. Alright, might as well take all of that.
This is over.
Alrighty.
Doing pretty well.
Doing pretty well.
Oh, stairs.
I'm just gonna start beelining the stairs a little bit more, unless there's a specific thing to do. I don't think there's really that much loot around at this point that's worth, like, pathing for. Let's just say you'll have more power at your disposal. Ooh. Yeah, so like doors like this, I'll go do. And special chests when they turn up on the map. I just realized that was also an elite that I think I just despawned. Fuck. I hate myself.
All of us are equal before the face of time. We should have known our place.
Oh, shut up, Mitsu. I mean, what? When will this stuff not be hard to look at? Goddamn. Sorry I didn't talk so much. Fell asleep. Oh, that's fair. Shadows in this part are a glass cannon. I mean, that's scary though, right? It's they're all about like not getting hit once and they'll die, but like if I get hit, I'm dead.
Time to take
It's
action.
midnight view. I mean, that's fair enough, especially if that's kind of when you normally go to sleep. It also doesn't help that my voice is probably really good for putting people to sleep. I've been told that a few times. I've been told that I would be really good at doing book like what are they called? Book readings. I'm actually blanking on the wording for it. Is it book read? No. What is it? Audiobook. That's the word. I got that.
This will do the trick. I'll show you.
I wonder what would happen if I did audiobooks. What books would I even do? Sonata, you can just punch him. I think I'll say for 8 more minutes, then leave. All good. Thank you for staying as long as you have. How much SP do I have? I have enough to try for the meme. This hits, right? Pain.
I was careless.
I haven't seen this one. I want to see it.
Are you ready? A proper execution.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Came when the stream was 12 minutes in. It's been a hot minute then, yeah. I mean, to be fair, we're probably going to only go for like another half an hour, but on over that, because I will go for my 3 hours, but not over today. Again, I want to get on to working on the game really badly. Oh, I probably should have healed. I'm sure she'll be fine.
You're hurt. Do you have any healing?
Should I try for the roll again? Yeah, fuck it. If it works, right?
Now you've done it.
I feel like elites have a good thing. Maybe I'll stay to the end. I mean, it's completely up to you. Don't jeopardize your sleep for it, though.
We can't let this stop us.
Good work out there.
I remember when I'd do that. Holy sh... To be fair, I'm definitely the perfect example of do what I say, not what I do. In my childhood. Or my earlier years, at the very least. I did a lot of stupid shit when I was younger.
Oh, hello.
I think I talked about this before, but like I genuinely, there was a portion of my life where I'd sleep like maybe 3 hours a week. And I cannot recommend that. Get your sleep. It's really, really good. I mean, I'm probably going to end up having a bit of a snooze this afternoon. Partly cause I'm actually kind of shattered. Because I woke up at like... I was like... woke up at 2. I woke up at 2 a.m. so that was almost, that's what, 10 hours ago? 8 hours ago. 8.5. Woke up 8.5 hours ago. And I'm gonna be probably still going until like at least something like 7. I have 5 hours daily. I mean, that's enough, but it's definitely down to the person, right? A big misunderstanding is that like, oh, well, I tick the generic box, that's enough. It's like, well, do you feel rested afterwards? Are you getting good sleep? Yada, yada, yada. Because that's what matters. For me, my amount of sleep doesn't, as long as it goes above like 4 hours, I'm gonna get basically the same, but the more I have, the better I do feel.
I'm still setting up.
Okay. I'm gonna assume you're gonna be ice resistant. Is gonna be the safe bet. I'm just gonna stab. Just 2 hours of school, you're fine. God. It's been so long since I thought like that. Like, sure, I had uni earlier this year, which was the new uni, not the first uni I did, right? My first degree was rough as fuck. My second degree has been far worse in some regards, which is why I'm taking a break from it. But yeah, the worst part of the current degree that I'm kind of on is the fact that like
Teamwork, everyone. Now on to the
it was easily 4 to 7 hours a day, and then that's discluding the time you had to spend outside of it working on shit.
Let's keep going.
Then I'll play some video games. That sounds like a great day. Holy shit.
Shadow looks
I'm fucking jealous. Also, there was another elite. Did I just purge another elite? Fuck!
Is this what it looks like inside a nightclub?
Dude, I need a... Okay. Real talk for a moment. So something I've been really considering doing something about is figuring out something I can do for like commission work. Because I think I'm getting to a point where I should try and find a commission option or something. I feel like I could. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm sure I could find something. Alright, time to punch a bunch of babies.
good work, Ihiko.
If I was more consistent with my art, I would potentially consider that. Because while I hate it, getting paid is getting paid, right? I'm an online teacher. Nice. Dude, that's one thing I've considered a few times. I have a degree in it, after all. So I'd probably be at least somewhat decent.
I'll keep fighting for him too.
Ooh, that was a nice line.
Perfect.
I mean, that was one thing I did consider for kids that are bad at English and math. Fair enough. I mean, it's always the main subjects that schools ask people to learn, right? I'm not going to comment on if I think that's the correct thing or not, because, as you know, I can. But I don't want to get too far into that argument. Shorthand is, I hate how schools often handle a lot of its core subjects. I will openly admit, by the way, so while I talk on like how I got trained for education and stuff, my main area I worked in was
We've caught them by surprise.
Setting up. It'll take a little more time.
like philosophy around education and educational history. So there was a lot of things in that I learned to kind of think about. Oh, it's weak to pierce, go. I have some teenagers, but mostly kids. Reasonable. I mean, one question I would ask is like, do you have a hard time with keeping them engaged and interested? And what are your kind of experiences with that? Because that's always something that's kind of interesting to me. Because like I've talked with a lot of principals and such around those sort of subjects about the structure and teaching.
Hey! This world is the picture of madness. Let's proceed.
I use some playful and entertaining stuff to teach. I mean, that's wise, right? Like, gamification is the big thing. Right. Which I'm wondering if there's a good way that can be introduced into the wider thing, right?
Hey there.
Like approaching gamification of education. Oh, there's another cat.
Okay. Oh, there's a treasure chest. We'll be able to scan the enemy soon. Kirito-senpai knocked one enemy down. I'm ready.
Akihiko, I'm counting on you.
It's actually kind of a weird one to me, right? So, because stuff like ADHD is becoming a little bit more of a common discussed topic, gamification of tasks in education has become like a lot more popular of a discussion in academic. And it's definitely one that I wonder where it's going to end up going. Because there's gonna be like something that comes about from it. I wrote 90 messages already. Whew. Just a few.
That's certainly.
I mean, at least you're doing better than me. You don't have my old World of Warcraft style of writing messages. Be thankful for that. I'm one of, since I did WoW, I got really good at writing small, short statements that lead on, and you have to like scroll up to see everything I say, because you just have to type fast to get your fucking statement out. Otherwise, they just don't listen.
Shall I move to strike? How about
Try and be in a raid and try and type with your teammates to do stuff, and there is no way in hell they're not listening correctly. Most of the time. Jake Brothers, have fun. I haven't tried that other one yet, actually. I need to try the ice one.
Multiple team members are out of commission.
Some serious damage.
Another senpai's in trouble.
Saw that coming.
Oh no, this doesn't look good.
Let my guard down.
Oh no.
Juno, hear me. Please help
It's
her.
bad.
Did I scan on this enemy?
Darkness, okay. I can do darkness. I can do darkness. Whew. Well, that wasn't spooky at all.
Nice
The
one,
enemy
leader.
lines are broken.
Totally didn't almost lose like fucking 2-3 hours of progress. Me not understanding. I almost died. Like died. Which would have meant that I would have lost all of those hours of progress we've had for stream today. Which is why my eyes went very wide. I literally I had to trigger endure
Looks like I'm getting even stronger.
No, I mean Union Gamer. Oh no, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Fuka Oracle thing is that definitely was a huge thing. But no, Union Gamer I think was reacting to my like panic attack just then.
Do the same thing for our next fight.
Yeah, so okay, if I see that dude again, I'm going to take it a little bit more seriously.
Oh, there.
Good. Oh, wait, yeah, no. We need to find the cat. I forgot that we still need to find the cat on this level. So good to know that elites are fucking terrifying. If I'm not paying attention.
Yes.
One is weak to dark, like the one we just saw, and the other one's weak to all 3 physical types. Okay, I'll keep that in mind as well. But yeah, no, it being weak to dark is one of those, like, I'm not gonna test that easily.
Good. Here are my requests. Let's hear the results. By all means. Very well.
Alright, I'm just gonna quickly just do the save thing. So that doesn't happen to us again. That I have like absolute panic attack. And just try and get up those last few floors. But yeah, that was...
What do we run into next?
That was fucking scary. Holy shit.
It's our chance to go first. 2 enemies. You can take them.
Weakness to dark means you can use demonic decree to take out half its HP right out the door. That's a good point.
Now, it's time for a full assault.
I mean, you simping for Mitsuru? No, we all simp for Mitsuru. Why would we question you?
Execute it.
Dude, that's like asking why are you simping for Yoshizawa in Persona 5 Royale? Because she's the correct thing to simp for. Because I have eyes?
C'est magnifique.
That certainly went.
Look, you might call me out on that and go like that wasn't your favorite waifu, but you can't deny to me that the fucking game basically made it out that that was clearly the correct choice. If the game's even telling you that Yoshizawa is basically the canonic one.
Got the upper hand.
The enemy looks tough.
Oh look, it's the dark one again. Hi.
Pull the trigger.
Okay, I'm actually gonna also do this quickly.
Nice one, leader.
Bro really did the guess who's back joke, yeah.
Too slow.
down. He's in trouble.
Could this dude fucking chill?
What's the plan here?
Go. Artemisia.
Holy shit. Oh, of course he's got Deathbound again.
Everyone. Multiple team members are out of commission.
Shit. I mean, I gotta try and I can push the damage a little bit more and try and do something. Even though this isn't gonna be much damage because it's missing 2 main characters. Just don't. Oh, okay. This. Big deal. Go this way. Yeah, it's less likely kill, but the damage reduction. It should still kill though. Oi, oi, oi.
Let's move on. Good work out there.
Isn't it better that she has a whip? Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that boss's scary. What the fuck? Resist light, let's go. I'm honestly gonna replace one of these because we don't need it on him. The resist light is gonna be so good.
Sonata-senpai, please don't act so rough.
There is another elite right in front of us, by the way. Let's go. Oh, is this a strong enemies only floor? Oh no. And it's the same one again. Oh boy.
It's my turn. What's the plan here?
I'm just gonna immediately defense reduction. I'm full, like, locked in moments right now. Holy shit. Guess who's back? Exactly. This fucking thing, man. Is one of my Thurgies gonna destroy it? Not really. This is still probably the safest option, just to take this kind of approach here. Okay, watch how it's gonna... Oh no, it's this attack again.
Sonata-senpai, no!
I'm in bad shape.
Do you have any personas with slash boost, slash amp, apt pupil, multi-target boost, and or crit rate boost slash amp? I have a few of those. I have like a few of those pieces scattered around. I also have some skill cards as well.
I'll hit them where it hurts.
Go! Artemisia! It can't be! Kirito-senpai!
You come up here.
Time to redeem myself.
It'll boost. Oh, yeah, that makes sense actually.
Go time.
Ah, that's interesting.
Let's get away with this.
Okay, realistically, I just punch you. I just did that so he comes in with, comes out of this fight with more HP, honestly. There's boom. And that's it. Dude, this dude's scary as hell. He does so much damage. I already have maxed 30. But you know, I do remember some of those sorts of like weird interactions as well, from other Persona games. So there is a door. We take this door. We're gonna probably regret it. Oh no, it's this dude. This is weak to the other things. Do as much as Far out. 12,000.
Let's do this.
That's a scary combination of damage. So this fight is gonna be a little different. So while that dude bullied the hell out of us and we struggled, welcome to this dude, which, like, if things kind of go well for us, it's very much the opposite.
Shall I move to strike?
So I'm actually going to take a little bit of a slower approach for this one. This won't even be a fight. I'm gonna, yeah, it's because it's just the poison mist really, isn't it? And we have this. And now we have two characters that are gonna put him on the ground. This is kind of tragic, this fight. And since he got back up, I'm just gonna do this. I don't even know if it's worth using the Thurgy. This is the other elite that we fight. Yep. I probably didn't even need to do the defense strip, I'll be honest. That's actually fucking tragic. This is the difference between the two fights that we have in this area, I guess.
Oh, hello.
When you think you're in the stream, honestly, I'm probably going to end, like, very shortly. Like, I can tell you for definite, we're not going over the hour. It's because I am hungry as hell. I'm actually really, really hungry right now. Probably next, like, good teleporter spot that we get to. Say that there's immediately a teleporter. Alright, let's start wrapping up then, eh? We can come back next time and finish up the climb. I want to be done with this game, and I mean that in the nice way. I just also really want to get to work, and I am very hungry right now. So, yeah, I've been doing this for about fucking good few hours. Oh. When's next stream? I mean, next stream in general is tomorrow. Next Persona stream, probably next week sometime. I'm not sure when. I still haven't made my schedule for next week, but it's probably safe to bet that it's going to be similar to this week's. Oh. God damn it. Stretch. But yeah, fucking hell. Had a few good discussions today. Talked about most of the topics that I wanted to talk about as well. I'm gonna be spending so much time today on that. I need to have a bit of a rest, I swear, today. Same time next, yeah. Same time always, because I can't stream earlier. I would stream earlier if I could. But I have to accommodate the... Don't forget Poker. Yeah, no, that is a good point. I'll have to think about how I want to sneak that in. Like, I probably will just, if I really want to, we replace like one of the programming streams or one of the Persona streams, right? And it'll probably be on the back end of the week, maybe? I don't know, it depends, like, how long we have between now and finishing Persona 3 Reload is kind of a big thing. Because if I know that we're like 7 hours away from finishing the game, and I mean 7 hours for a player that doesn't know what he's doing, then I will just finish the game. But I'm pretty sure we're a bit further than that away. Alright, like that's kind of what will happen is I'm happy to do another 7-10 hour stream to finish a Persona game, like I have done in the past. But I will definitely, I want to know that in advance. I did that with the last 2 Persona endings, the Persona 5 2 endings that I did of it. Cause, yeah, no, simply the first time ended up that way by accident. the second time I knew how long I had left to do, so I just played it. And I think it went like 10, 11 hours. That was great. Not doing that again unless I know that it's for certain. But yeah, no, we'll call it here for today. I am tired, and I feel like everyone else is because it's quite late. So, with that being the case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome. Stay awesome. And I hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye-bye.